Okay, we are back again. Hello, welcome. Day Drinking with David. Sorry about the AV issues. If I forget to put the Do Not Disturb on, I'm inevitably going to lose that audio, and I did that, so that's my bad. To say the least, highly recommend Monterey. Just got back. The aquarium was incredible. Hammerhead sharks, amazing. Loved it. Hello, Andre. Thank you so much. We are tasting the Hamilton rums today. Wonderful. Three of the four Hamiltons. For some reason, I don't have the fourth. The Barbados Foursquare, the Clarendon, the Port Morant Guyanese, and then we're topping it up with this bad boy. If you haven't noticed, the Taylor giveaway hasn't been done. This is a 22-year-old Long Pond finished in Bardstown bourbon. All you bourbon geeks, get on board. Get on the rum train. So as I was saying, Monterey is beautiful. It was very cold and wonderful. We had an insane hotel room, like on the waters, waves crashing, amazing. I got a sweet new Bonnie Doon hat. Beautiful area, Santa Cruz Mountains. Huge fan. It was magical. Stokes Abode, that's the restaurant to go to in Monterey. One of the best restaurants I've been into in years. Really, really, really special stuff. So there you go, with a hidden pocket. And we didn't catch feeding time in the big tank, despite going to the aquarium many, many times. We did catch the otter feeding a number of times, which is exceptional fun. Didn't do too much else. Walked around. We hung out in sort of downtown Monterey, found a brew pub, did the wharf, which was pretty nasty. But went down to the old Fisherman's Wharf, not the new one. And just chilled. It was great. I guess it's pretty hot in LA now. So I'm excited for that to end hopefully this weekend and go from there. But lots of rum today. We did go to Carmel. Yes, walked around Carmel. We didn't do too much. Phil's Fish Market in Castroville. Missed that, Chuck. Next time. We are going to go back. Nope. Carmel Beach. Nope. Didn't go down to the beach. We just walked around, pub crawled. Yeah. Did a little dinner there and hung out. For a friend that likes Myers & Cloak, what is a nicer rum that you would recommend? Do you want to challenge their palate, Andre, or not so much? Myers is pretty good stuff, really, for what it is. So if you want to step it up from there, gosh, the Plantation Jamaica, if we have it, but it's been out of stock for a long time. Certainly anything from Foursquare, the Real McCoy stuff, but it will be less funky. Smith & Cross, if you want to turn it up, or the Stolen Rum, those are fabulous. I highly recommend. So much great stuff up there. That whole area is incredible. LA was warming up like, the 2022 Dodgers crushing. So, there you go. We're going to start with some rum. I'm going to start off with the Barbados. Let's see here. Let's see. I've got some info on these. This was 5 years in ex-bourbon on Barbados and 5 additional years in a new ex-bourbon barrel once used in the UK. So a fresh bourbon barrel in the UK for 5-6 more years. Well, 5 years really. That's bottle of cask strength. Ed Hamilton's signature on the back. Of course, like all Foursquare, almost all, there's the secret pot-stilled Foursquares out there. Don't tell anybody. This isn't public, right? That exist apparently. We'll see. This is a blend of pot and column, as our good friend Richard is wont to produce. Always different levels of pot to column for his various brands. We assume your highest pot levels are going to go into your exceptional cask series and what have you, and then down more column on the lesser, less expensive stuff, Dorleys, which we can't get really. RL Seal probably somewhere in between. Not sure what the blend is on the Real McCoy, which isn't a distillery brand, of course. Great color on that. I guess that's the tropical aging and the double barrels. Big nose. Big fruity nose. Wow, love it. Yeah, this is the one for the bourbon guys for sure. Lots of wood, lots of fruit. Some big sort of clovey spice behind. These aren't crazy hot, despite the cast strengthness of it. 59.8. There's some really hot rums. I'm not sure if it's the 5 years in the UK that's going to take the proof down as compared to some of the, I guess the distillery stuff is kind of in this range, 10 years old as well. They're filling it lower proof than some of the other ones. How many Elijah Craig Most Epic packs are available and when? Let me look. This is where you get the good information. Of course, as is normal, $50 it'll drop while we're talking. The Most Epic Elijah Craig batch, there are 75 units. It's not a lot. Limit 1 per customer, of course. Holy moly. 18-year, barrel-proof C921, toasted, bourbon, rye. Oh, 2 barrel proofs? What are we thinking? It's outrageous. Well, yeah, good luck with that, guys. Pretty good price. I feel like that price should be higher. Oh, well, whatever. So it goes. 2 Elijah Craig barrel proofs in the Most Epic pack. It's hard to hate on bundles when that is your bundle. Who doesn't want that? Nobody. Everybody wants that. So this is richly woody. Definitely has that. It's low on the funk, but it has kind of that rummy sort of, funk is the wrong word, just that sweetness on the nose. Kind of like an orange oil thing. $400 for the 18 2 barrel proofs. I guess there's one I'm missing. The toasted, the regular, and the rye. Pretty good stuff. I love the Epic Pack, but not sure it's in the cards right now. Will some of those barrel proofs be sold standalone? I don't know. Barrel proof. I'll find out for you. No, it doesn't look like they will be sold. They're all going to go to the packs. I think there's another pack, a second pack. That's how they want to do this. That's how they want to do this these days. Not a barrel proof pick, just normal barrel proof. It is a pretty good deal for 3. I mean, yeah, it's at our normal margin, so not a lot to complain about there. Nothing to complain about this Foursquare. It's delish. Oh, God. That's starting to get rummy. That's got some good pot still on the palate. No, I remember this now. This is good ass rum. It's really not... I mean, it's feeling pretty mature considering only 10 years old. Lots of that fully developed, like caramel, super ripe tropical fruit. Off topic, but I gotta say that Ben Romack cast strength is ridiculous tasty. Best deal ever. I couldn't agree with you more. I can't believe it's still around. Is it? Maybe it's sold out. Must be sold out. Oh yeah, fully sold out. There you go. That was a deal. Now it's gone. So that's how you sell 400 cases of anything at half price. It's easy. An easy way to do it. Oh my God, this rum is nuts. Why do we still have this in stock? Everybody should be buying these. It's insane. It's nuts. This is easily as good as the distillery stuff. I mean, no offense. But single barrel Foursquare, impossible to get. We were going to do like a small batch blend. It was going to be a regional thing, but it fell apart during COVID. Bummer. Real bummer. So yeah, this Foursquare is $90 and it's freaking magical. Wow. That's got a punch to it. I really, really like that. Next, Port Morant. So this is a famous still from the estate, about 75, I'm totally guessing here. I think about 7,500 kilometers south of Georgetown. Is it kilometers or miles? I've never been out to Port Morant. I wish I had. Near the Albion Estate. The still was brought over to the Diamond distilleries, and it'll say Diamond Distillery on the front, but the code, the still type says right there, Port Morant. It's a reference to a double wooden pot still. So that's made with local Guyanese green, I think it's green heartwood, if I remember correctly. This was, this is the most, besides the wooden column still, this is the most important still, really, in the facility at Diamond. They might argue with that, but this is the very special stuff. Pretty rare to see it on its own. This particular version, guys, let's, Glendronach, we got so many questions. I'm so sorry. I'm going to miss a ton of these. I'll come back for question time at the end after I'm done tasting the rums. Good work, Tim, on the Foursquare. The Diamond Port Morant is aged in once used barrel. The whole term in the UK, and you can see that from the lighter color, which is somewhat controversial, and there's some people in the rum world want to start treating these bottlings as less than because they're not tropically aged. I would argue they're just different. Of course, you can't age single malts outside of Scotland, but there's no tradition of that. So voila. Which of the Hamilton rums did you recommend for bourbon drinkers? Oh, the Foursquare. Yeah, for sure the Foursquare. Oh, not that one. This is the sweetest, oakiest, richest, partly due to the tropical aging that concentrates the flavors, partly due to the recasking and first fill bourbon. This also went in first fill bourbon, but obviously looks much more like Scotch because that's where it was aged. Well, not in Scotland, but in the UK. And this is a funk bomb. This has that crazy Port Morant. There is a beautiful kind of almost appley, like apple cider kind of mulled apple thing or poached apple thing. The funk kind of moves quite salty. It has a little bit of industrial stuff like plaster or plastic, but not as much as the single wooden pot still that we've sold before, which are very plastery and odd, gets people the wrong way. This has a lot more sweetness, tropical fruit. Kind of a kippery, like salted fish thing. What are your thoughts on Hamilton 114? It looks like a great value. It is. It's delicious. One of the best high proofs out there. Huge fan. Oh, yeah. On the palate, kind of the opposite of the Barbados. Not as funky, easier drinking. Lots of that kind of bruised apple flavor. Not as tropical. Less funk, but very, very drinkable. Saline. Trying to figure out. Oh yeah, like some butterscotchy stuff. It's pretty. It's really fun. 11 years old. Interesting stuff. Great texture. Good oily cask. I like that a lot. Onward and upward. That was cask 81 from Port Morant. Ooh, it's got a long finish. Big, long, clovey finish. Quite lip-smacking. What makes something a Navy strength rum? Is it a proof thing or is it distilling aging style? It's a complicated thing, but it's really a proof thing. The old story, which if you really dive into it, like isn't so accurate, is that Navy strength rum is at 57.7 because that's the proof that if you spill your rum on gunpowder, it will still work. I think that's turned out to be kind of erroneous if you look at the history of it. So, overproof rum, Navy proof rum, these are terms that the industry uses to designate certain styles that are really dictated by the people who make them. A Navy style rum is really a reference to the old British Navy, which had an apparatus for the production of rum, which is where a lot of these rums came from, both the Bajan rum, the Barbados, and the Hamilton. I mean, what a really fun project would be to take these three rums and have fun blending them, because that's really what they were doing. And then, of course, they were rationed at higher proofs, and what that exact ration proof was, there is, I think, different proofs, and there's some contention as to what was normal. It's called proof, of course, because that's sort of the limit where it lights on fire, open flame, if unheated at sort of room temperature, or there's a certain degree Celsius, and that's the British 100 proof. Now we simplify proof, and we just proof is double the alcohol level, but the calculation for British proof is more complicated. And I should know it off the top of my head, but I'm totally blanking on it. A British 100 proof is essentially the equivalent of 57.7% alcohol, and anything over proof is above that. That's something to be noted. Are most of the Golden Devils continentally aged as opposed to the Kill Devil counterparts? No, that there's no distinction between those two brands whatsoever. Each partial is totally different, and some are aged continentally, some are aged tropically, and most are aged in a mixture of the two. Like the New Yarmouth we had was 20 plus years tropical and a few years continental. Most of the Hamdens move over pretty early because they're blending components. Is there a way to tell if their additives were added to rum? I realize that the thing you're tasting are presented naturally, but in general, is there a way? The only way, Andre, is if the people who make it tell you what's in it. There are some systems, I believe, you can Google around about sugar additives. There are some places where you must disclose the amount of sugar. I think the Swedish government provides a list, or maybe another Scandinavian government. There's also a good website. I believe Fat Rum Pirate has a listing, if I remember correctly. So you can Google around for sugar additives. Most rum, almost all rum, has caramel added to it to stabilize the color, like most industrial, most commercially produced Scotch. So in a general sense, if it doesn't say it is not colored, then it is colored. And if it doesn't say no additives, then generally it is, although there are some people who don't add sugar and don't mention it on the label because it gets confusing for some consumers. What other distilleries hold themselves to set of rum production standards like Foursquare? Well, those standards vary by region. I mean, in a lot of ways, the production standards that Foursquare holds itself to are codified in Bajan law. There is no sugar allowed to be added to any Bajan rums. In terms of the actual distilling, some would argue, that Foursquare is, kind of old-fashioned in the way that they're distilling, whereas, maybe, the Bacardi plant would be considered the higher standard because of the cleanliness or whatever it is, or the consistency and the efficiency. For my money, every good rum-producing island, generally has one really traditional distillery and other that are more industrial that make both good, and less good rums, because there's a number of different markets that are consuming them. And so it's really, really hard to say. I can tell you my favorite distilleries on any particular island. But in general, most islands just have, a few, there's not so much diversity. In Barbados and Jamaica, there are more. But, St. Lucia, there's only one, and it's awesome. So there you go. I'm going to try and figure out when my barrel-proof whiskeys light on fire for the purpose of military science. Thank you. Rum's Hot Boy has a hydrometer measurements on his hot. There you go. The hydrometer readings can tell you how much sugar there is. Of course, there's other additives besides sugar that go into rum, flavorings of all kinds. So that's an issue. Highly. Oh, hey, spirits salesman. Thanks for coming through, Dan. Welcome. You're welcome. So anyway, this funky little Port Morant is totally wild, kind of salty, kind of wonderful. Now we're moving on to the Clarendon Estate, the Mark WNJME. I'll have to Google that one. I had that information pulled up, but now I can't find it. WJ. This is a little bit different. At these big rum producers in Jamaica, they make a various style of rum based on the ester levels. They're what they call marks. And each mark has a different number of esters. I think I have the full tally here on the website. Ed was pretty good about putting these details on his website. You can Google any of the products or scan the QR and back. He'll tell you. Oh, of course, it's not on here. Let me see. Hamilton rum. I think I have all this information here. So this was distilled in 2012 and shipped to the UK. So eight years from the Clarendon Estate, and I have the information here about exactly what's going into the rum. Oh gosh, Caribbean spirits. There it is. So hopefully that helps. It's kind of difficult to say, but yeah, generally, if someone's not telling you if they're additives, they're pretty much going to be additives. So voila. But so these go on to, gosh, you should check out the Ed Hamilton website. You see the crazy old Clarendon copper pot stills. They have also a large column distill. It's a double retort, which means at the end of the distillation, there's a chamber where the spirits kind of reflux and kind of really figured out exactly what's going on there, but it adds to the heaviness of the rum. So this is the double retort pot stills here. Let me see. This is barrel number. This is barrel 516. Let's find you. 516. Here you are. 68.1. And I thought he gave all the details. Maybe that was in an email. Let me see if I can find it. So the total dissolved sort of esters and stuff in there, I have that information if you're interested. Which rum would be closest to what a Caribbean pirate would hypothetically drink? I mean, pretty much any of the Jamaican rums in that period. A lot of the rums were, 200 plus years ago, we're going to be pretty close to what is being produced at Hampden, in one sense or another. Later, the British naval, apparatus gets more serious about sort of the production of rums standardizing them. And with that in mind, a blend of Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, and Trinidad would be pretty close to what they would have been consuming. So that's, on the market today. There are a couple guys doing that. OFTD, Plantation, say what you want about additives or whatnot. They're pretty open with what's going into these products. Chestnut barrels. You talking about Hamilton barrel picks? We are. What do you think of La Favorite Rum Agricole? It's freaking dope. Yeah, get in on that. It's a funk bomb, one of the best. One of the real high hogo agricole producers. Big fan. If you like that real crazy stuff. Oh yeah, the Clarendon looks darker than the Port Morant. Look at that color. It's great. Gorgeous color. This was regarding pirates drinking. Yeah, I don't know about chestnut. Chestnut's not the best thing to hold barrels in. Oak's been pretty typical. What was very typical is to fill like other, when your barrel of kippers was empty and you got to the island, you fill it with, salted fish, done, fill it with rum, and then you have some pretty flavorful rums. I'll tell you what, that was not out of the ordinary. It was to fill X, especially with the heat down there. You don't need new oak. Oh my God, this Clarendon is gorgeous. I love this style. It's a pretty balanced style. This might go over with some bourbon guys too. It's got the esters, but even after 8 years, these are very well integrated. Good chunk of oak to add some depth and really connect those esters so that they're not too hard edged. Gorgeous. It's quite smoky on the palate, and really very viscous, textural. Kind of a little bit of licorice, some sweet kind of not quite mango-y type fruit, but on that route to the tropical kind of dried tropical fruit thing. Wow, that's really good stuff. Captain Jack prefers the Port Morant barrel. That's good to know. I'm a Jamaica guy. I love Guyana too. And of course, these Foursquares are wonderful. But man, it is really hard to argue with some of these high ester, nicely aged rums. Speaking of which, this is a pretty unique product. That is a 22-year. Can you speak on Rum Age Statements? Well, yeah, I mean, there was a period where a lot of people were putting out products that said, 23 years old or what have you, when in fact that was the age of the oldest stuff in the blend. Generally in this country, if you put an age statement, age such and such years, you have what have you, that does have to represent the actual age of the rum. And a lot of brands have moved away from that. Generally, if it's not clear if the number on the bottle represents the actual age of the rum, then it doesn't. And so there's some controversy there for sure. We certainly try to avoid products that are vague about their age statement. And although we can't completely, because there's just things that people want, and that's what we're here to do, is make people happy and sell them things. So this doesn't have an age statement, although it was distilled in 1998 and aged until 2021. This is basically the high ester column from Long Pond. So it's column distilled. We hope to be getting the extremes. We're praying. I've told them that we want it. All molasses. This is on the old Blair column still, which is non-operational. And it was aged there for 18 years, finished for 2 years in, let me get the exact numbers here, 1 second. Ferran barrels, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So in Ferran barrels, that's cognac. So from Long Pond in Jamaica, high ester column distillate, 2 years in Ferran. Tropical aging for 20 years. Continental, so I guess they moved it over in 2018. 2 years in Ferran, and then ex-Ferran cask, and then almost another year in Bardstown Fusion bourbon barrels. Volatile substances, 470, so that's all the congeners and everything in there. 178 ester, so I'd call it a light ester, but lots going on. 0 dosage, cask strength, although they probably added a little water before one of those aging. It is between 0 and 0.1% E150A. So there is cane caramel sugar. So that's the E150A. So to stabilize the color, whatever, so it goes. Still tastes great. This stuff is bonkers. 22-year-old Jamaican rum for $140 or something ridiculous like that. From a still that's not even working anymore. This doesn't exist. They did not make this. It's just nuts. Yes, this is the 98 Long Pond. We are hoping to get the extremes. Oh, God, this is next level. So you're immediately getting that bourbon barrel, which is so interesting, even beyond all that rum funk, that sweetness up front. Behind that, kind of tiny hints of gunpowder. Fruit, compote, dried fruit, jams, wild honeys. It's very pretty on the nose. Those esters with time, they turn into these flavor molecules, coconut, pineapple. Lots of coconut right now. I'm not sure if that's the esters or the cognac barrels or what. Oh, my God. Yeah. Very, very woodsy, very rich, definitely has some of that big vanilla bourbon stuff. Cask number 24, bottle 86. That's a proper old school. The esters are not strong on this. So this is a Jamaican rum I'd be comfortable giving to anybody who, who fancies a good, well-aged spirit. It's incredible we're able to get 22-year-old rums of this quality for this price. And I can't imagine it's going to last forever, to be perfectly frank. But I'm certainly not complaining about it. The Long Pond is, how much was that? $130. Wow. Good for us. I can't believe, I thought the rum nuts would jump on that, but I guess they're doing something else. All right, the bourbon guys will have to take it. Thank you, Chuck. Lots of bourbon-y stuff. It's woody. It's very woody, which is good. Wood is good. Smells great. Lots of coffee. Some molassesy flavors, a little bit of raisin. Chairman Reserve picks, nothing right now. Nothing in the pipeline. The rum nuts are avoiding Pierre Terrance shady business practices. Well, whatever. Yeah, but the rum's good. Everybody's on their high horse until, they taste the Long Pond. So, voila. I don't think, the politics of rum is really a reason not to drink this. But, maybe some people, I guess, certainly don't agree with their ideas about how the Bayesian rum law should change. I don't know about the other things. I thought they were supposed to change their name a while ago, but everybody seems to have forgotten that. Yes, Long Pond is 130. Pretty good deal for 22-year-old rum, tropically aged. Yeah. So that's the rum game today. It's already 3:15. I started a little late, I guess. But I know there's some questions I missed, so if you guys are still around and want to ask, I'll do the Taylor pick after this. And I wanted to give away rum, but I don't think anybody cares. So maybe, I guess, we'll do another bourbon thing, and people just want bourbon, right? See if there's any rum to give away. You know what I really am excited to try is the Last Drop 76, that Last Drop rum. That I've got a sample of them. I think I'm going to do that here. Give me rum. Nice, Dallas, not Texas. You're on the rum train. Let's see what we got. What can we get? You know what's really fun is we're getting the Thompson. The container is coming. The Mrs. Care a lot. Your favorite rum for Mojitos. Monk's Place. Mojitos. Or Mojitos? Am I reading that right? Well, I think you mean Mojitos. Any dry white rum is preferable for that type of drink. You want it crisp and clean. Hamilton White's perfect. If you want to funk it up a little, I love Banks. If you want to really funk it up, Probitas. But clean white rum's fine. Yeah. Mojitos. I got what you're putting down. Yeah, try that Hamilton White. It's perfect for that. Just super dry, crisp and clean, not expensive. Your dry white rums shouldn't be expensive. Diesel notes in the rums. Were there any from Why Do I Like Them? Yeah, there's a little diesel-y stuff in the Clarendon. The older Clarendon has a little bit more of that. I love the diesel and stuff. I mean, give me Coroni all day long. Give me heavy Coroni. I'm just obsessed with it. So give away a Colors of One 22-year Foursquare. Well, I can't give those away. I think, are they still for sale? I don't know if people actually bought the Colors of Rum. We don't really give anything away here. We're just, oh yeah, that's the 22 years gone. There's none left. That's it. This is all there is for, if you want Colors of Rum, act now or forever hold your peace. We do have a little bit left of some of their younger Foursquares. The eye flute, one bottle of eye flute. I didn't get to taste any of those. We're just buying them. We got 6 bottles of each. It's nuts. Very, very small amounts of those. The second round of colors is coming. We're going to get a little bit more of that. So that's fun. What was your favorite rum from today? I have to say I'm partial to the high esters. So the Clarendon is fabulous. The Long Pond is nuts, I think, for the price. It's tough to say. So yeah, containers come. Denison Aged White is a great choice, Denison rum. Thank you for noting that. For a mojito, a little funky, but I think you'd make it work. Let's see, I've lost the question thread. Anything else coming from Thompson? Yeah, a bunch of single malts. Still plenty online. Some of the prices might go up, so buy now. Forever hold your peace on the redacted stuff. Some of the prices might go up. Let's see what's still available. Redacted. All of it. Isla. Oh, I'm definitely going to raise those prices. For sure. The Islas are going to be in. The Kalila 8-year coming. Still blended Milton Duff, which is just single malt Milton Duff, but it's teaspooned. Chinnick 12. Well, there's a little bit of Linkwood left. But that Linkwood was awesome. Only 8 bottles left. I feel like I should hide some of those. And a bunch of their Worthy Park. 15-year-old Worthy Park for $70. God, the rum guys are just not on it, huh? Got to taste it first, huh? All right, whatever. Any more Glendronach picks coming? No. There is a little bit of the Glendronach left. It'll come on live, so jump on that when it comes. Live to swim. I'll try to give you a heads up. What is your favorite of the new Pella O releases? These are not new releases, McCheesy. These are the same old things. We're taking the last of stock from the distributor, so they're all amazing. We're trying to get really, really good prices on them, really strong prices. Of course, I think, the Folle Blanche is awesome value. Price is higher than the other ones, but really good. There was no Eagle Rare pick. That was a mistake. I accidentally put that in as there was some regular Eagle Rare that was on allocation, and it got screwed up and it didn't come. So, yeah, that was my bad. Sorry for the fire drill there. Can you mention any of your top picks or recommendations for the pre-arrival Scotches? I certainly would be happy to. What a fabulous question. I really love the Glen Ord. I thought the 15-year-old Ben Riach in port sherry for $100 is nuts. That's a killer cask. The regular Ben Riach for $100. Sherried Ben Riach, insane. Those are all Hart Brothers. Let's see what else. Old Particular is coming. There's some really fun stuff there. Somehow we haven't sold all the Glen Turret 17. I still have about 75 bottles of that. There's a 400 bottles of Glen Rothes, which if this were distillery bottling would be like $6,000. That's a heavy sherry Glen Rothes, if you're into that sort of thing. There's plenty of the Boona 15, which is killer. A Kalila 13 for $70. The prices are nuts. What are we doing? So yeah, those would be my favorites. I think you got to jump on that Glen Turret. The Glen Ord is so good. $50 for dark sherry. Glen Ord, it's awesome. Russell's picks coming soon. Yeah, they have two barrels that are been bottled and will be shipping soon. Only 7 liquid left now. Thank you. Any 18-year-old Scotch comp next video? I think next video I want to do the last drops. I have a sample of all of them. I'm not sure. There isn't really any 18-year-old whiskey in the store. We don't have Macallan. We don't have Glenfarclas. We don't have blah, blah, blah. This is what we're dealing with. Century City store is opening in 2029. Thank you for mentioning that. Pasadena store is not coming. That market is taken care of. But we will deliver out there. Have you tried the Hart Brothers Pulteney? Yes, it's delicious. I think I have a review up. Do I not? That would be unusual of me. Hart Brothers Pulteney, yeah. 10-year-old Pulteney. I also have a Pulteney barrel coming from Pulteney. That's very slow to be here. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's see. Pulteney. Oh, yeah, I have a review. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Baked sourdough, lemon pith, salted citrus, and gooseberries. Oh, surprisingly full-bodied. Vanilla bean, crystalline malt, ocean air, camphor, white rose, green pear, shiso. Sounds great. Fragrant green fruit, green papaya. My God, I should buy one. So yeah, there's that. Which Glenrothes are you talking about? The 16-year. Yes, that's a 16-year-old cask strength dark sherry Glenrothes for $120. I don't know how or why. It's so hard to get Glenrothes. So did Old Particular 30-year British single grain or older stuff coming? Yeah. All that stuff is coming. West Covina store in the works. I don't think so, man. What's happening to Glenfarclas? I don't know, Andre. We're waiting on stock. Everything's the same way. Monterey Park store. Oh, Monrovia too, huh? This is epic. 2029 yet? It's almost the year of the Glencairn. I love it. Brian, thank you. Come to Temecula. The liquor stores are savage in secondary. Yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry, bro. This Long Pond. Oh, there's nothing left in there. Let's go again. So yeah, there's that. I guess we're going to give away rum thanks to someone wanted that. I don't know if there's any rum to give away. Let's find out. No, there's not. That's a bummer. All right. Backup plan. Bourbon. That's what you guys want, right? Just more Taylor. More Taylor. That's all people want. Taylor. We're What are we going to give away? What are we going to give away? How about... How about Elmer T. Lee? Have we done that recently? I feel like we did that. I have a couple of those. Maybe not. Stag Jr. Stag Jr. Stag Jr. Nobody cared about it. I tried to give away Encantada. The two guys, only two people asked for it. It was between that and something else. And I just gave them both a bottle. So, I don't know. You want a bottle of Luke P. Boo? Nah, it's all gone now, but whatever. My vote is for malt. Oh, interesting. I never win. Yay. Well, someone has to win eventually. Andre votes for Elmer. How about this? I have Elmer and or Rock Hill. I really want to win. I'm going to give away 12 bottles of each. There's only 80 people here. So that's 1/4 of you could get it. So, of course, there'll be probably 150 submissions. So, a lot of people have a good chance. Don't choose which. If you don't want any, if you want just one of them, you're gonna get. Tell me which one. But I would take both. I mean, there's only 40, 50 bucks. So we're going to do 12 of each. So 24 bottles giving away today. Elmer and Rock Hill. Do not send me an email. Send it to daydrinking@klwines.com. Day drinking. It's a much easier system for me. So send that to daydrinking@klwines.com and then tell me, I don't even need trivia. Forget the trivia. Just tell me that you want it. Pick your name out of a hat. Either one. Someone here will win. Don't tell your friends about the show. Definitely not. No. Please tell your friends about the show. Love to sell them some rum. Even cut off in 30 minutes. No, cut off end of day. End of day cut off. Don't worry too much. Just be surprised how many people don't read it. The email, not my email, daydrinking@klwines.com. Someone please. Oh, Kai, what's up, brother? Daydrinking@klwines.com. Someone please write it. I won't enter, so that increases everyone else's chance. Huh. That's very generous of you, Brian. When are you in next? I'll be in on Saturday, Andre, if you'd like to come say hello. This Long Pond is very woody. Bourbony. Because that's what happens when you age it for so long in bourbon casks. Good. I'll be happy to see you there, Andre. If you're going to mix this with Coke, don't buy Long Pond. PM Spirits, Dave, what's going on? That's a great question, Whiskey Badger. I have no clue. Trying to work things out. Yeah, the prices on those Encantada picks are going to be like $300 plus at retail, like $300. So I don't know if we're going to do it. I don't have any plans for any dinners, but I've been talking with Sazerac about doing something, so hopefully we can make that work out. Vini Vidi Vici, I don't know about Encantada. We'll see. If I were still buying them direct from Encantada, I'm sure I'd be happy to sell them for $150, but you add 3 fat margins and voila. Yeah, that's the way of the world these days. Any chance of more Ben Romack or all gone? All gone. I'm so sorry. We did give you plenty of opportunity on that one, but I realize it's frustrating. They're trying to do deals with the peat smoke and the organic, but they're not as good, and they're not as good deals, and they're not cask strength, and so it's hard to follow up that last one. Who got last week's Taylor? I still haven't picked. I'm going to do that right after this. I've purchased an excessive number of bottles because of your reviews. I appreciate that, Taker of Naps. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed them. Encantada is expensive, and rightfully so. It's very special, but I don't know about those the 300 plus range is very different. It's not even that I don't think it's worth it. It's just the commitment. It's like 500 bottles. It's a huge commitment. I don't know if I could do it. I'm sure Redwood Empire will be releasing another BIB. Yes. Oh my God. This long pond's really fun. Thank you. Its email is daydrinking@klwines.com. If everyone else reviews and you don't, I am suspicious. Don't be. Sometimes I don't review it because I think it's too easy, it's too easy. No, usually if the staff's really behind it, I don't need to review it because their opinions are really strong. And, that oftentimes, if the staff is excited about it, doesn't need my help. So there you go. Usually when I'm the only one reviewing it, it's because I'm the only one who's tasted it. And, there you go. So I'd much rather have 4 or 5 of my staff write excellent reviews. I appreciate, I'm always here if you need additional details, but I appreciate that. I wish I could spend all day reviewing. That would be fun. But it's not a thing. So lots of Rock Hill and Elmer on the table here today. When do you think Peeboo will show up in my orders? Stevie Oski, did I say you could have one? I don't know. Did I not process that already? Sorry, I was on vacation last week. I thought I put it in there. Let's see what happened. Loose Peeboos. I sold one to Vic. Send me another email, Steve, and I'll make sure you get one. If I said you could have one. I'm sure I have one left, I hope. And yeah, that's awesome. Oh, got the emails up. Go for it. Next week's chance to win should be great odds with all these winners giving away jail. Yeah. Lots of jail. I guess you'll have to decide whether you want to, if you win the Taylor this afternoon, you'll have to decide whether you want to keep it or kick it down the road. Most people will go for the Taylor Uncut, I imagine. What was the first Foursquare? That's the Hamilton Foursquare. Bonkers. So good. Do you anticipate more price hikes? Yes, everything's going up. It's ridiculous. It's just, there's no reason for it. Everybody's talking about supply chain. Yeah, my prices went up, let's say double in terms of shipping. But when you're filling a 40-foot container, that represents $1 more per bottle. It's insane. I mean, not the 30% increases that some brands are taking, but not a lot we can do. I mean, the demand's there. It certainly won't stop. It certainly won't stop people. I'm not sure what the limits are. Expect to receive any Still Austin foodie verse? I don't know what that is. So no, but maybe I should know. I guess I'll have to keep my eyes out. Is this moving to Tuesdays from now on? It is, Sandity. I'm going to try and do Tuesdays because my Thursdays are getting too tight. Even Tuesday is tight. Trying to make some space for y'all here. And Tuesdays is working for me the best. Compared to the Plantation Foursquare, well, the Foursquare is much pottier. It has that pot still funk. The Long Pond is really about the wood, the cognac and the bourbon barrels, the tropical aging, the concentration, medium esters. So they're really quite different. I'd say if I said the Foursquare is the one for the bourbon drinkers, but the woodiest one is certainly the Long Pond, without question. Lots of that new oak feeling to it. Some of the nuance from the old cognac barrels as well. We're working on the Russian allocation, Brian, trying. Discovery 7 dropping soon. Yeah, they've given us like 6 bottles in SoCal. We're hoping to get more in NorCal. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. It's not too late. I should have done it. Whatever will you ever be getting a new Yarmouth pot still ever? Avon Barksdale, we have new Yarmouth pot still. I don't know. Is that in the wild? I haven't seen a new Yarmouth. The only new Yarmouths I've seen are the old columns that, a couple of independent bottlers, Kill Devil, Golden Devil, what have you. If there is a pot still out there, I will certainly buy it, but I don't think so. Shower thought, if COVID didn't exist, day drinking with David wouldn't either. That is pretty pointed analysis there, Christopher. I appreciate that. It'll be terrible. Is Las Graves on the boat now? Handsome, it is. It made it on the boat. Now, all we have to do is wait 26 weeks. What was the less funky? The less funky is the Long Pond. Very low funk. Very low funk. Definitely opened me to the thank you. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed those Cabalons. Good news. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got. Gosh, do we still have Cabalon? Can't imagine. Oh, a little bit of Soul List. A little bit of the Muscatel. That's it. Amazing. Did pretty well with those. Any word on the Buna 12-year? Who knows? Those guys are, impossible to read. No info. I'll certainly be buying it if they bring it, but no ETAs. All right, guys, I got another couple minutes for questions. If you got anything. Oh, thanks, Ving. Like my hat, I see. Got some sun in Monterey. Walking. Forgot to put sunscreen on, so I'm a little red. Huh? Monterey's great. Stokes Abode. Best restaurant I've been to in a long time. Very, very into that. If you're ever in Monterey, highly recommend. Big thumbs up. Great service. Great cocktails. Awesome little wine list. Small wine list, but very well curated. Big fan. All right. Rum day is over. Send in to daydrinking@klwines.com. And for your Elmer, klwines.com for your Elmer and or Rock Hill Farm big winners. And I'll be back next week. Santa Barbara store, Fletcher Graber, you know it. Yeah, going for it, man. We're everywhere. We're going to be everywhere. It's pretty cheap to sip Santa Barbara. I was surprised. I sent a case to somebody the other day. It was like $25. 12 bottles. Santa Barbara's shockingly cheap. It's insane that, if you do FedEx on your own, it's like $400 to get across town. I don't get it. All right, guys. Oh, more questions. Etienne, Boston. What's the next batch of IB Scotch sample tasting? I'll probably open all of the stuff that's coming in that's landing this week. So in the next 2 weeks, we'll taste all of that. And then we have the next batch of Hunter Lang being bottled right now. So pretty large batch of fancy stuff. Hoping for more casks from Redacted Brothers, but I don't know. Can't wait to not win the EHT barrel proof. Live to swim. Yeah, you might not. You might win it. You never know. Yes to Scotch tasting. Oh, you guys want to taste Scotch? Oh, I'm so excited. As soon as there's some good Scotch taste. What did Scotch last week? Those were pretty fun. 10-year-old battle of the 10-year-olds. Have you ever tasted Vietnamese gin? Yeah, there was one. I think there is one. There's no trivia question, Benny. Just go for it. No trivia. Just make sure you send it to the right email address. When are the 29, 31-year-old Isla Redacteds coming in? Tim, they're landing this week, and they should be processed in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Buy your pre-arrivals now because I think the prices will go up. In fact, I know the prices will go up. All the prices are going up. So, voila. Not all of them. Some of them. Song Kai, yeah. That stuff seems to be pretty good. I have to figure it out. Does Herno Gin distribute in the U.S.? No, I haven't seen it, but maybe. We'll keep an eye out for Vietnamese gin. I think we reached out. My boy William Blakely reached out to one of those guys, see what they sell. They're selling only in Florida. I don't know. Do you guys see it locally? I haven't seen it. Salons, we're not going to be chatting together today. I'm so sorry. I was hoping you would say no price hikes, but such are things. I don't know. We'll have to go, Andre. Some of them we were a little tight on, and the prices have gone up. It won't be huge, it's a few bucks here and there. Nothing crazy. What are the labels? Hart Brothers Redacted, Old Particular. All of these are other people's brands that we're basically having directly imported for us. We're not the importer. There's an importer, but we pay them to bring it in for us. So those are not okay. The only true private label brand is Fault Line. The Songkai. Yeah, I did taste that. I guess that's here. Voila. So it goes. Songkai. Yeah, there it is. We have it. Voila. Delish. It's awesome. You should buy it. I don't know where that came from. But I guess we have it now. I guess I liked it. I don't know, guys. I've been on vacation. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? I guess we're selling Vietnamese gin. Voila. Maybe I'll open a bottle here. I will do that next time for you. Jack Stachio, great name, by the way. When's the green chartreuse back in stock? I don't know, man. There are real problems over there. Y'all got the Bland's? Oh, thank you. Someone had to say it. We don't have Bland's this week. No Bland's. Maybe next week. Keep an eye out. All right, guys. Good times. Thanks for coming by. Take it easy.